Oh yeah. Sides again. It's all good. What up, Nicky P? Hey. See, dancing in the building, everybody. Look at us already.
Yes,
indeed. Professor Zero in the building.
Hello.
Ladies and gentlemen, get your tea up. What you drinking on tonight?
Chamomile.
All right, I got some of that oolong action for you.
Ooh.
Oolong action for your mouth. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Friday night. TGIF. This is the hottest podcast across the land. The hottest podcast across the globe. And definitely, motherfuckers, definitely the hottest podcast that you will find on YouTube Live. Or on YouTube, period. Point blank, periods. This is Mixture of Variety. I'm your host, Patient Zero, and my co-host,
Nicky P.
Give it up one time. Give it up one time. Oh, yeah.
How are you?
Oh yeah. You know, Nicky P, I'm all right. I'm hanging.
I am dying but good.
Dying but good is the true name of this podcast. That is exactly
our life.
Our life. That is exactly how I feel. I'm definitely, there's so much to get into, and this podcast is not a therapy session, but it's interesting how the podcast could just be like, click, you turn the click on, you know what I mean? Like, click on, and then, like, the podcast is off, and then click off, and you're like, oh, shit, all my problems return.
Yes.
It's all right, we're here, we're queer, and we don't drink beer.
Facts.
At least on the show.
As we drink tea.
Right. Yes, and let me say that before we go any farther as well. Speaking of not drinking beer, Sunday, ladies and gentlemen, watching this over the weekend, you're watching this Friday night, or Saturday, or Sunday, the end of March. Sunday, March 28th, is going to be my 2-year.
Woo!
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, baby.
It is an enormous deal. It is a feeling that I can't even explain, but I'm not going to get into that right now. I just want to let you know that Monday is going to be a banging show. Live on Vigo, at In The Mix, and we'll be live on a regular Castbox, Mixture of Variety under Livecast, and yeah, it's gonna be just me telling my story, me telling my story and how I got up to this point of my life,
Nice.
and all the shit that came with it, Nicky P, and all of it.
I was there.
Yes. So Friday night we do this beautiful YouTube podcast. Nicky P joins me remotely for the most part. A couple times, she'll come in the studio live and we'll do it together. But we also have... you just never know. It's like, surprise, Nicky P is here. We also have an audio podcast. We do it live on castbox.fm, which is an app that you can go live. It's a podcast platform that has, it's kind of like Spotify and all them, but you can go live. So you can listen live Monday through Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern. If you can't catch a live show, it's all right because everything is uploaded to every podcast platform that you can imagine. So that's a beautiful thing. Even though we do things differently than a podcast, really, we're still labeled as a podcast. We're still more like a internet radio show.
Read the banner behind you, behind Patient Zero, people.
Yeah. Exactly.
Most epic podcast ever. Yeah, we just do things a lot differently. That's why it's kind of, we don't package and edit our shit and talk about one single topic. We just do things a lot differently. We go 5 times a week and talk about anything and everything, which we're going to get into in a second. Now, you might be thinking, Patient Zero, Monday through Thursday is not 4 days a week. Nicky P. I mean, that's not it's not 5 days.
It's only 4 days a week. But don't you worry, because here we are Friday nights on our YouTube show.
Woo! Like, subscribe, and comment.
Yeah, please.
And share.
Share, that's the most important one, right? Just share. Share. Share it to your social media, share it to an email, share it to somebody. Yo, I just laughed so hard at this fucking show. I never heard of it before, but you got to check it out. That's the best thing that you can possibly do.
Or
Like,
I learned
subscribe.
something.
What's that? Yeah.
Or we learned something.
Yeah, exactly. Learn something. You can get educated and entertained at the same time. Picture that. You know, we're sharing our experiences, strength, and hope, and obviously because this is our podcast platform that we use, it's our thoughts, views, and opinions.
Yes.
It's
yes, indeed.
It's not what you think. It's not what other people think. It's what we think, and this is how we roll. So, with that being said, you might be like, Mixture of Variety, what the fuck is that? Well, internet show, podcast, whatever it is, you can tell by the title, Nikki P.
What does it mean? Oh.
And we talk about anything and everything, ladies and gentlemen. We can talk about mental health and addiction to, Nikki P.
Having sex with gay midget aliens.
Wow! Ladies and gentlemen, that just gets my nipples erect. What a show. What a show that is. we gotta do that show.
And a sight to see.
And a sight to see, yes. Once we do it on YouTube, absolutely. Obviously, that's not all we talk about, ladies and gentlemen. And
nope.
We're not going to list our 200 and... I think I just checked. I think it's like 213.
12, we have. 13 now.
Okay, yeah.
After yesterday, yeah.
Yeah. So that's fucking amazing. That's incredible. We've been doing it for 13 months now. And, you know, it's a beautiful thing. So you can go back and check out all of our shows anytime. Are we going to about in the last 212 episodes? No, absolutely not. But we're going to break down the highlight shows, as Nikki P calls them.
The in-betweeners.
The in-betweeners. So, I know you have that list in
front
of you.
All right.
Break it down and let
sure
people know.
I am ready.
What we talk about around these parts.
Oh, and I like the banner, by the way. I forgot to tell you. The outline.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
All right. So, we also talk about...
Just like we switch up our looks every week. We switch up the banners. Yeah. We switch up everything.
Today's glasses. Tomorrow I might be bald. Patient zero might have hair. You never know.
You never know. Yo, that's going to happen one day. You have a bald cap and I have a wig. That'll be it for me. That'll be the best day of my life. That's going to happen one day. Watch.
So the in-betweeners are, we also discuss mental illness, mental health, addiction, sobriety, recovery, experiences in a halfway house and rehab, LGBT life, relationships, current events and news, sex, hip-hop, and mindfulness.
Yes, let's take a brief pause right there because we have several mindfulness episodes. We talk about mindfulness a lot, and mindfulness
very important.
Very important, and it's a huge umbrella, and it covers a lot of stuff. And we talk about it all from dialectical behavioral therapy to breathing exercise and meditation and staying in the moment and consciousness. With all that being said, when you hear this mindfulness bell that I'm about to hit right now, everybody just take a really slow, deep breath to remind ourselves where our feet are planted and to remind ourselves that all we have is this moment, this current moment. Ready? I missed it. That is the second time in Mixture of Variety history that I missed the bell.
And my first time witnessing it. Okay. Also,
it's the glasses.
It is the glasses.
It's the glasses, right?
Also, UFOs and aliens, conspiracy theories, random topics, and so much more. But above all, patience,
Nikki P,
positive energy and laughs.
Absolutely, that's what it's about. If we were to explain this show in a couple short words, 4 words, positive energy and laughs. That's what it's about. That's the main thing that we focus on, no matter what we're talking about.
Yep.
Some of our shows get really heavy, and some of them are a lot of fun, and we definitely keep the mix, in the mix on Bigo.
Yes.
So we're not professionals in any way. Okay, we're not like a counselor and a therapist, even though we're dressed like it today. We are just sharing our experience, strength, and hope, and thoughts, views, and opinions, like I said before. But I just wanted to say that because we're not professionals. Like, don't come here for professional advice. Come here for people that have, life experiences for whatever we're talking about. Or just thoughts, views, and opinions about a certain topic, like what we're doing today. Today we're going to be touching on boundaries, personal relationships, setting boundaries.
All relationships, yeah.
In all relationships. And like I put on the banner today on IG, setting boundaries is self-care, or is a form of self-care. And that's a true fact, and that's what we're going to talk about today. And you can follow us on IG, I forgot to say. Follow us on Instagram, @Mixture of Variety. That's @Mixture of Variety, the name of the show, very simple.
Or...
Not yet. We'll get to it. We don't want to throw people completely.
I know.
Not yet. All right, so Professor Zero says that we have to do a disclaimer. Just, not to scare you guys off, but we have to let people know what time it is. The disclaimer is, real quick, if you are hypersensitive or get butthurt easy, this podcast is definitely not for you.
No.
Sick and twisted dark humor, vulgar uncensored language, and politically incorrect conversations are just some of the things.
And fun.
You'll hear on Mixture of Variety, which means listener discretion is definitely advised.
What? Huh?
Oh.
I can't hear you.
Of course she's here. We're over here,
Where's
Granny.
my glasses?
Yes, I know.
Back in my day.
Yeah, there was no podcast back in your day, or music, or anything, Granny, you old fucking bag.
What did you say?
No, nothing. We're just saying, no TV, no anything.
Oh.
Ladies, so fucking old.
What did you say?
Okay, so anyway, nothing, Granny. We're
This
just
is Granny.
Yeah, let people know what Granny. First of all, she has Alzheimer's and dementia, and she's here all the time. That's the first reason why we love her, is because we realized that with her
Sundowner syndrome.
with her aid, we realized that she has Alzheimer's and dementia, and we had to put her in a VIP seat because she was here all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, she comes all the time.
That's what she said.
That's what we first noticed and first realized. But Nikki P, give people the 411 on Granny. Like, what's the big deal?
She's kind of a big deal. She is a big deal. On top of Alzheimer's and dementia, she might have a touch of Sundowner syndrome. We come to realize. So one day she's coming in as per usual, and she had this 3.5 foot bag, like a huge tote bag. And mind you, she's 4'2"?
Yeah, we measured her.
Yeah, so she's walking in, and we're like, security, please check her bag. We don't know. She could have a gun in there, an AK-47, a bomb, the hell knows. So we check it, and to our pleasant surprise, what was it, Professor Zero?
Yeah, definitely pleasant surprise. Ladies and gentlemen, it was a 3-foot dildo.
Bruh.
So you can imagine how we felt. We didn't actually even know how we felt. We didn't even know how we could react. We couldn't react big enough. But we looked at each other and we laughed for 12 and a half minutes. And we were like, yo, we got to make this lady a part of the show. One thing that Nikki P forgot to say is that she's also tatted head to toe. So you got to picture this lady's 100 years old. She's tatted head to toe.
In the nursing home.
In the nursing home. You can see her getting tatted.
Causing fights.
Causing madness and chaos wherever she's at. You can see her on the banners on @Mixture of Variety. She also was caught smoking crack in the parking lot one day. She was smoking toad in the parking lot one day. She was smoking meth. I'm just thinking it's bad enough to see this old lady smoke a cigarette. But no. She smokes it all. Nikki
The list goes on.
The list goes on and on. So after all that and the dildo, and it was just too much. What was the icing on the cake though, Nikki P?
Her 100th birthday was on our 100th show. It was fate, ladies and gentlemen. So she is also the third co-host, and you can also follow her at Granny Dildo. That is at...
Yes, one more time for the people in the back.
Granny Dildo.
What did you say?
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
She has no idea either.
She doesn't know what's going on. She doesn't know what the fuck's happening. She doesn't know what's going on.
She's like an Instagram.
Yeah, exactly. Somehow, I mean, she did find out social media, but I think her aide is helping her with that for sure. You know, but it is what it is. She's on there. She's doing damage. She's posting her pictures that you can also see on @MixtureVariety, but obviously now she branched off and is doing her own thing. What are you gonna do? We love her. We fucking love her. Oh shit, ladies and gentlemen, we have some breaking news. And the breaking news comes in the form of a segment that we like to call Mini Holidays. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, Mini Holidays. Why? Because every day is a holiday.
I like toilets.
Oh.
Yes, indeed. Yes.
Jonathan.
Yes, well, we physically have not found him yet. We're on hot pursuit. Sure. Clip back at least, so I don't have to say. No more breaking news. As far as that, you know, we're about to talk about breaking news for Mini Holiday, but
yes,
Nikki P, there's another piece of it's gonna do really.
Yes, indeed. Patient Zero is officially a host on Bigo. Follow him at IndaMix. That's INDAMIX. Download the app now.
nice.
You know,
good breaking news.
It's breaking news. It is officially breaking news, and we have to let the people know what's going on with that. But more importantly, the breaking news is these mini holidays, Nikki P. And I want to first pat yourself on the back, give yourself a round of applause. If you made it this far in the show, a lot of people don't make it this far in the show. You know, there's definitely a lot going on. As Granny holding her dildo usually says, there's a lot to take in. We get it. Grace dildo, the disclaimer, the turtle kid for no reason, right? Having sex with gay midget aliens, it's a lot. It's a lot. But welcome, and we love you for sticking in and sticking with us. And whoever is watching this
Thank you.
YouTube live. And obviously we're getting some views, so I know there's people out there that are watching. You know, it's very exciting.
Well,
Welcome.
So,
Nikki P.
Did we say today's date? I don't think so.
We did say today's date? No, it is not. But it is.
Ah, here we go again.
Oh, fuck. I can't believe you've done this.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Nikki P, we got time for it.
We got time for that.
Yes, indeed.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Do I? The glare's like really, I hate it.
No, see? It's not. Don't worry about it. It's really not that
I
bad.
just feel like I should put it on my one eye. Like that.
Yeah, you know, just don't do that.
I'm not.
Don't do that and you'll be fine. What we got today, Nikki P? What is the date today?
It is Friday, March 26th. Happy Fridays to people who don't work the weekends, unlike us. So here at Mixture Variety, we feel every day is a holiday, and we feel we should be grateful and celebrate the little things we do have in our lives, and grateful and show gratitude and not show hate or resentment for the things we don't have in our lives. So we found a list that compiles holidays that are celebrated every day. And they are serious, they are funny, they make no sense, and they're great. So let's get into it. It is Legal Assistance Day.
All right. Shouts to the legal assistants. We are dressed like legal assistants, but we are not legal assistants.
Oh, this is us. It is National Make Up Your Own Holiday Day.
Oh my god. Real quick, Nikki P, make one up right now on the spot.
Turtle Kid Day.
I love it. Mine is put a dwarf in the oven day. Or fly kite with a quadriplegic day. And you can do that on the beach. That's the best place to do it. Fly kite with a quadriplegic day. If I was to want to get in contact with these people, so they do contact me and let me know that I can do that, but me and you. All right, what's next?
Hold on one sec. Hold on. Sorry, I lost connection. Okay.
You have to use dial-up again on AOL? Use your AOL dial-up.
National. I got to dial up.
Yeah.
It is National Nougat Day.
Nougat?
Nougat.
Yeah.
But then they have a picture of I love Nutella, which
Yeah.
I love Nutella.
Yeah. Yeah, and yeah, and yeah.
It is National Spinach Day. One of my favorites, actually.
All right. Yeah, sauteed with some garlic. I'm feeling you.
Ooh, and olive oil. Mmm.
Mm-hmm.
It is
Throw
No
Nutella sprinkled on top
Homework
of it.
Day.
No homework day.
It is whatever homework they are picturing to. It looks like awful algebra or calc. No,
Yeah,
thank
right,
you.
really. Yeah, that is not second grade math right there.
No. It is
How to build a
Purple
bomb.
Day. Also
Purple Day.
known as
All right.
International Epilepsy Day. Aw, I think, yeah, like
Oh.
purple's their color.
Oh, okay.
Like how pink is with, breast cancer.
Yeah.
Aw.
Right. I like purple. It's one of my favorite colors. But not because of Epilepsy Day.
No. It is one of my favorites that I celebrate daily. Solitude Day.
Yes, all right. That's a
Meaning
good one.
being alone.
Yes, indeed.
And
I never...
Oh.
Well, I'm sorry. I never
No,
really liked it. Especially because I was
it.
one of those person that was like in a relationship that I have to like jump to in one. But then the more and more that I did spend time alone, and the more and more that I was okay with myself, and the more that I would, love myself and all that, when that came into play, and then with it where I didn't have a choice but to be by myself in my apartment, I learned to be by myself, and now I fucking love it. Now it's like my favorite thing ever.
Amazing.
I'm around people like after work this weekend. I'm just gonna be like, fuck all people. Like I hate everybody.
And like I love it because, yes, I get like today I was off. I was alone. And, my partner comes home, but you know what? Like I'm having my alone time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like I love being home. Look, and you know me, I'm a social butterfly. I love being, the life of the party, being at the party, but like there's nothing like being home and just chilling the hell out.
Sure. Even if you do live with your boyfriend or girlfriend or fiance or wife or husband, you still need that time by yourself. Like you need to be like, all right,
yeah,
right now.
Or especially if you have a friend where it's like you could just sit for hours and not talk. It's also an amazing feeling. It's like,
I think it's
hey,
all
you want
about
to watch
having that
this?
balance.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. It's all about having that balance, though, right? If it's a friend, if it's by yourself, if it's your significant other, if it's completely by yourself,
a puppy
with a bunch of people, a puppy or a kitten, a little kid. I want a little kid so bad.
Puppy. And last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, it is Spinach Festival Day. What's with the spinach?
I know that kind of goes with the other one, right? But
I mean, I love spinach, and I actually ate some today. But
would you have a festival though? Like, what's a spinach festival? And we're back.
Oh, my friend E-Unit is watching live.
All right, E-Unit.
My E-Unit.
E-Unit.
She's coming to stay with me, and I can't wait.
Oh, yeah, nice, awesome. That's how you can tell who puts their phone on Do Not Disturb and who during the show. That's how you can tell. All right, so ladies and gentlemen. Yes, big shouts to her. That is many holidays, ladies and gentlemen. For Friday, March 26th. Give it up one time. Yeah, it's funny because she's probably watching. She's like, "Why is he dressed like that? Why is she dressed like that?"
You decided to wear glasses.
Usually we're totally not dressed like this, but what I do like and what I do is look totally different each episode. I do the same thing on Bigo too. Like people look at me on Bigo, they're like, "What the fuck is this?" Like one day I have a pink
oh my god, you gotta dress up as I think when you did the multiple personalities for the dating show, Albany Speed Dating, you have to do who was it, Petey?
Petey was the old guy? Was Petey
the old guy? Petey was the gay guy with the lollipop.
Yeah, the little dum-dum, yeah. We can be besties. Where did you get those shoes? Yeah, that was fucking epic. I feel like the world needs to watch that video. That was so fun to do, too. That was before TikTok, you know what I'm saying? Like, that would have been a good TikTok thing.
Oh, yeah. That was like 5 years ago now.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
Yes, it was.
All right, Patient Zero, what are we chatting about?
We're going to be chatting about TikTok for the rest of it. No, I'm just kidding. We are actually on perfect timing. I love when that happens. 9:30, this is how we do it. If you guys are listening for the first time, watching for the first time, we have 3 segments of the show, and we like to start third and final segment at 9:30. Now, my beautiful co-host, Nikki P, is the music too loud?
No.
It's okay? All right.
Yeah, you did get alien voice, though. That's what I was trying to tell you.
Wait, when? A little while ago?
Yeah.
Am I okay now?
Yeah.
Woosah.
Mindfulness breath.
Children. Woosah, children. Wait till I watch this back and see what happens. I'm going to find Melon headquarters. Okay. I think they're in California. All right. So anyway, yeah, what we're going to do is talk about boundaries. Like I said, like you got to set boundaries. Boundaries is self-care. Like I put on IG, boundaries is self-care. Boundaries is a form of self-care, a part of self-care. It is self-care.
And very necessary.
Very necessary. Because you know why it is not very necessary? Otherwise, you're going to be living through your whole life as a fucking doormat.
Yeah.
In every aspect of your life, with every human being that you meet in your life, you're gonna feel like a doormat. You know, you can't let people just walk all over you like that. And in some cases, if you let them, you know, walk all over you the first time you meet them, in a case if it's like meeting someone on a date or a coworker or whatever it is, they're gonna continue to do it. So you gotta learn to stick up for your fucking self. Put your foot down, Nikki P. Put both feet down. Jump.
Oh, I put all 4s down.
Yes, well, there you go. I put all 3 of my legs down, and I say, listen, enough is enough. You know, and also I feel like, I don't know about you, Nikki P, but the older that I get, the easier that it is for me to.
Oh, definitely.
You know, when you're like, yeah, you got it, because you're still. But I feel like
I encounter like the most crazies. I really do. I encounter so many kooky people where I'm just like, you think this is normal? It's not normal. It's not normal, like bullying people or saying like, oh, this is my way goes. And I'm a stubborn little bitch at times too. Don't get me wrong. I'm stubborn, but like I know not to cross a boundary. I don't know if it was growing up and my family was just like, you don't talk about that stuff. You don't talk about finances. You don't talk about politics. I mean, obviously with a close friend, if it comes up, like, you don't talk about your sex life. Like, that's some private shit. So
Unless
even that could be considered breaking a boundary.
Absolutely, it can be. Unless you're listening to our sex show, which is every hump day at 9 p.m. Eastern on Castbox.
I mean, that's different.
Yeah, it is. I'm just fucking around. I'm just being funny. But yeah, no, 100%. Like there's, whatever it is and whatever situation that you're in, sex is definitely a big part of it. If you don't want to talk about something, you don't talk about something, and you say that bluntly. Like, I don't feel comfortable about talking about this, Like we were talking about the videos that they show before you start employment with the sexual the sexual harassment and stuff like that. Where they're like, they're sitting down and your boss
Julie
yeah.
Julie works at a legal firm, and her boss, Ronald, asked her to go out for dinner because it would be very what's the word? Detrimental.
Yeah, whatever. I got you.
For her to get a raise. Julie says no.
Yep.
She gets fired.
Right. And then you can
and it's like him touching her shoulder, like, come on a date.
Like, he's looking down my shirt,
Brilliant.
Yeah, exactly.
Anything for that raise.
So that, yeah, I mean, and then there are some, listen, there's both genders. I'm not going to just say women, that will go that extra mile and be like, well, okay. What is it? It's called a quid per quo or some shit, where it's like, if you do this for me, then you will get a raise. Or if you if you, whatever it is.
I'm not sure.
My car, if you come out, if you let me take you out to dinner.
What's the word?
Quid pro quo. No, quid pro quo. I know the last word is quo.
Yeah.
At the beginning.
Pro quo.
Quid pro quo. Yeah, something. I know it's hard to say. I know that. But you guys get what I'm saying.
It's in Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah, and all it means, even though I can't say it, and, I mean, I am, professional today, but Professor Zero, and I can't say it. But all it means is, like, if you, do this for me, then I will do this for you, which in most part is, let me take you out to dinner, or let me have sex with you, or for a date at my apartment or something like that, and I will give you that raise. So we have a website here, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, 5 cents an hour. Ooh.
Yeah, right.
5 cents an hour.
Get the fuck out of here.
Well,
Oh, you're adding $100,000 to my salary? Cool.
Yeah. What did you want me to do now? What was that? Yeah. Unfortunately, unless it's like both parties are okay with it, then it's a different. But we're talking about setting those boundaries.
You actually like the person.
I mean, even that, you like the person, then it's
There's
even
nothing
better.
wrong. So we got healthy versus unhealthy boundaries. So we're going to run through this list and then, share our experience.
Exactly.
Because we started off in this world not being able to set boundaries, and we learned how to do it. It's uncomfortable at times. You'll get knots in your stomach. You'll be shaky. But when it's all said and done, you'll feel much better and empowered and like, don't fuck with me. Like, don't. We are not the ones. Anywho, what exactly do healthy boundaries look like? Healthy boundaries are a key element in your physical, mental, and emotional health. They look different for each person and relationship, and they may change over time. Healthy boundaries are also bidirectional. They involve communicating your wants and needs in a relationship, and this could be a relationship, friendship, family, dynamic, what have you.
We're going to get to all of it in our personal
while
life.
also respecting the wants and needs of the other person in the relationship.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a thing that we learned in one of the outpatients that I went to in for a mental health outpatient, that we were talking about DBT. That's the first time I was ever introduced to dialectical behavioral therapy, which I'm not going into now, but it's we definitely have shows like that in the past under our mental health shows. One of the things that we learned in that month course was to set boundaries, and it was a specific thing. It was actually the acronym for it was Dear Man, and I can't even tell you what that stands for, but I just remember that. And basically what it was.
Damn.
Yeah, Dear Man.
I want to know.
I know. I mean, I can look it up real fast, but I'm not going to. But when we talk about DBT, I'll talk more about it. Yeah, it's just basically like acknowledging the situation and then setting that boundary, saying why your boundary. Also making it, like you just said, like trying not to make the other person feel bad. You're not trying to make the other person feel bad in any way. You're just protecting yourself. You're taking care of yourself. You're standing up for yourself. That has nothing to do with you. That has all to do with me. If you take it a certain way, you get butthurt and get, if you feel a certain way, then that's all you. But I'm telling you right now that this boundary is being formed, and that's just what it is.
Yeah.
I think the E was something about like emotions, like don't let the emotions get in the way, because you can.
Yeah.
And once you get emotions get in the way, even if it's friends, family, or a significant other, you'll break that boundary down in a second. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How often can that person, like, especially if they know you and they say something to you that's gonna like, make you feel a certain way or make you feel guilty or you know what I mean?
Yeah. So let's see. Boundaries can both be physical and emotional. Physical boundaries involve what you are comfortable with regarding personal space, touch, privacy, and sexual contact. Emotional boundaries, on the other hand, encompass the line between your feelings and the feeling of others. This looks like taking responsibility for your own feelings and recognizing that you cannot control what others feel. It also involves being aware of what you do or do not feel comfortable sharing with others and honoring those limits. Do you want to list the examples?
Yes. Let me list some examples so you guys know exactly what Nikki P just read. And you could probably relate to most of these.
Yes.
Valuing your personal boundaries and not compromising them for someone else. That's exactly what I just said before, Nikki, if you read the other paragraph. Saying no and accepting when others say no. Right? What's that thing that they say? No is a complete sentence. It is.
No means no.
No, you don't have to explain yourself. If you know yourself and you're protecting yourself and you don't feel comfortable about something, say no.
Yeah.
I know it's easier said than done sometimes, but knowing who you are and what you want and communicating that to others. That is also obviously very important, because then that's another thing where you don't let the emotions get away. You don't let the guilt and shame like that the other person is trying to do to you. You just say, no, listen, this is me. And this is why I'm saying this. Engaging in appropriate sharing.
I mean, we share everything, so that's not really a big deal for us. But there's certain things I don't. But there's certain things I don't share with people.
Sure, right.
And same with you. I mean, you've told me some things you can't get into it, but I know.
Yeah, like I wouldn't get it. There's a lot of things on a podcast is like you want to make it entertaining so people will watch and tune in, of course.
But I'm not going to have PTSD of something that I'm going to talk about.
Yeah, no fucking way. Enough of that shit. Anyway, that was not fun. That's never fun. Like I would never, talk about that or something like that. Even if we're talking about our mental illness shows, like Nikki P goes in. You know, if we're doing our sex show, Nikki P goes in. I go in. I talk about some crazy shit. I talk about some shit that I have shared to other people, you know, in an NA meeting, and some even to a therapist. And a lot of times I do that to help other people. But I am an open book.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I'm an open book. And if I'm sharing everything and like people are watching, be like, oh my God, I can't believe you said that. Like, what are you? Like, you're embarrassed for me. Like, I know myself, and I'm not going to step over the boundary that I've created. And I will talk about A, B, and C on the pod. And that's just, you know, that's how we do it.
Yeah.
Not much with the sex show, though. The sex show, there's basically nothing.
That's kind of, yeah.
But that's for
all,
entertainment. You know, that's entertainment purposes. Not like, what do we got? Not letting others define your sense of self-worth. That's such a big one. Knowing that your needs and feelings are just as important as the feelings of others. You can let them know that. You can communicate with that. A lot of setting boundaries is communication. 100% of communication. It's like how that person is going to perceive that communication. It is what it is. But that communication, like, you're letting the person know why you're setting this boundary, and your feelings are important, and the other person's feelings are important. Like I said, not trying to put them down or you know, create any negative energy. Knowing that you have the right to your emotions and feelings, respecting others' values, beliefs, and opinion, which is what we talk about on the show, while knowing that you do not have to compromise your own values, beliefs, and opinions. Wow, beautiful examples. I love it.
Yes. I mean, like, personal examples. Here's the thing. I mean, for me, and there's one boundary I do really have to work on with a family member, but it's like, it's kind of like pointless. It's like you try to, you know, I'll try to be like, no, like, stop telling me how to live my life, you know, with my family member. And, you know, he'll get it. He'll step back. But then he's like, you need to listen to me. You need to. I'm like, okay, I've managed this far without listening to you. And if I want your opinion, I'll ask for it. And that's the thing that people don't understand. You know, I had this tiff with one of my friends, and I still don't think she sees the point of the whole thing. Because, and at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you see my point or you're sticking into your one-way point. The fact of the matter is, like, I feel this way. I'm going to feel this way. I'm not budging, and I'm not standing for it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's simple as that. And you know what? The people who do love you and will be like, oh, damn, okay, this girl's putting her foot down, like, let me just be like, okay, whatever, sorry. But, like, now they know. You know, there was a friend a few months ago. I kept saying, no, I don't agree. She couldn't take that humility and just be like, wow, okay, like, Nikki P's putting up a boundary. She couldn't see that because she was so fucking thick-headed. But those are people who get out of your life. And it's amazing.
Yeah, exactly.
And you know me, I'm stubborn. I can have a tude. I could be very one way, but I try very, very hard to put myself in someone else's shoes. And that's really what it comes down to.
Yes, that's exactly what it comes down to. And I must say that I do understand that it can be extremely, extremely frustrating and irritating and annoying when you are trying to set this boundary because it's somebody that
in a calm manner.
Yes, but it's somebody in your circle. It's somebody that you love. It's somebody that you care about. It's not like some just outside that you don't give a fuck about, some that you could ignore. I'm saying it's not like that. Like in your circle that you actually. Are you serious? Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes. Well, Melon will be gone tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I hope you guys liked all the videos and the backgrounds and shit, because this will be the last time that we are on Melon. But it's all right. It's all right. I did, I said in my mind, and I told Nikki P, we're going to give it one more shot. So that is the last shot. And I'm going to put up my own boundary. Right, Nikki P? We're going to put up our own boundary.
Yes.
And we're not going to deal with this madness. You know what I'm saying? Like paying for a fucking lie. For paying for a service for what? Anyway, I don't know how much of that recorded on the pod. But, yeah, basically I was just saying, like I don't know how much you didn't hear and how much actually was recorded on the pod. Or both. But I was just saying it's the most frustrating and the most irritating, the most annoying thing on the planet when you're making these, or you're attempting to make these boundaries, and the person is just not getting it, and the person is just not respecting your boundaries. And it's one of those people that you really can't just like push out of your life. If you want to, and it gets to that extreme, then you do push that person out of your life. And that's kind of what you did a couple months ago. And, it was almost like the universe did it for you. It was just like too much is too much. And it was just like that person exited your life.
But so many people have, because you don't make time for them. Like people, it's 2021. People work from home. We want to be home. We want to have our alone time. We need our alone time.
Yeah.
But my question is for you and for me too, because as you all know, we've gone to rehab, and that's where we really were taught about setting boundaries. And because I remember I didn't give a fuck. I thought I was like, when I was partying and drinking and this and that, but like I was very quick to be like, go fuck yourself. Don't talk to me. Bye. And now,
when I pawned my mom's wedding ring, I wasn't really respecting her boundary.
no, or me stealing something I shouldn't have. I mean, so it taught us. Do you remember the first like boundaries you had to make? Because I feel like my boundaries were made in that house where we met each other. Like that girl stealing my underwear.
Right.
I'll never forget that.
So fucking weird, right? Yeah, I mean, I don't remember exactly, but I'm sure that's where it all like began, because that was still at a time where it was like they had to break you down to build you back up. That was the whole thing. Like they would break you down to build you back up, and at that time I had no self-worth, no self-esteem, no self-confidence. So when I'm starting to build that in that house, I'm sure there was a couple times where I had to like put my foot down.
Oh, I got into screaming matches with some of the girls there, the one stealing my underwear, the one she made a passive aggressive comment. I mean, my first apartment, the girl who I lived with was an absolute dirtbag and like got mad and ran the cable wire, and we got into a big fight. She pulled my hair. I mean, it was a mess, but because I stood up for myself.
Yeah, exactly.
Otherwise,
more and more shit would have happened.
Oh, you know what? Pull my hair. At least I have hair to pull. I mean,
she would have, the next stage, like if you were okay with that, she would have started like putting shit in your room or like using your stuff in your food. You know what I mean? Like shit like that. Like if you didn't put your foot down at that time, sometimes unfortunately a fight is
remember the next day I put a lock on the door?
Yeah. Well, I still remember that day. I was trying to break you guys up, but it was just like you guys were fucking animals. I was like, God damn. But Nikki P, this is all I have to say, and I'm sure you're gonna agree with me. I'm 40 years old. You're not gonna agree with me on that part. I'm 40 years old. It's 2021. If you don't bring
Hi.
Hello? Hi.
Hi.
I'm gonna get this out now. It's 2021. I'm 40 years old. If you do not bring positive energy, positive light, love,
peace,
comfort, loyalty, peace, compassion, etc., etc. If you bring that into my life, I want you, and I will be quick to let go.
Bye.
Oh, I thought you couldn't hear me again. I was like, fuck, she's waving at me.
Oh, no. I was like, no, that was the bye.
Okay.
Or bye.
That's
bye
simple. Yeah, right. That's as simple as it is for me. You know what I mean? Like, that's why it's a lot easier right now, being 40 years old and 2021. I don't got time for the bullshit. I don't got time for any chaos in my life. If you're not bringing any light and kindness and, you know, your love, I will actually want to be around you, and you're not like, I don't have that. I definitely don't have.
Ain't nobody have for that.
You know?
I said that last night.
Yeah. You know, there's a boundaries too. I know we're almost out of time, but the boundaries that are really that suck is hardcore is when they're like family, because it's a lot harder to get rid of than a friend.
Yeah.
And even if a friend that you had over a long period of time, you know, like I've known Nikki P for almost a decade now, which is like, you know, like family. It's a lot harder, but I'm just saying, like in family in general, like it's very frustrating.
It's hard.
When you try to put up a boundary and it just doesn't work. You know what I mean? And I have a member of my family. As soon as I broke away from religion, it was a nonstop attack of like religion.
Oh, speaking of which, the Jehovahs sent us a personalized letter today.
What?
They keep sending us like handwritten to the Hoffman residence. And I'm like, that is creepy. How do they have your name? And I think they get a list of everyone in the area, like who lives here. But I want to touch on, just before we do run out of time, like, let's give an example of an unhealthy boundary that we've experienced, because I know a lot of things that come up when me setting a boundary. I deal with a lot of gaslighting, manipulation, and then also, like, I call it the switcheroo. It's like you approach someone with a problem and then they tell you all the things you've done wrong, which is gaslighting too. And like narcissism. So like, what are red flags to you, for you, when like trying to set a boundary? Like, what sets you off where it's like, oh my God, this person's like this, I need to set a boundary now? Like, what are the red flags?
All right, well, I would say, yeah, because, you know, speaking of the religious thing, that's been forever, so that's not like a red flag. But a red flag, I would say, would be like if a friend or somebody had anything to do with, you know, like saying something negative about the things that I'm struggling on currently. Basically, say something about, you could joke about it. If you say something directed towards addiction, or, you know, having bipolar, or like taking a lot of meds, or not having that much money, you know what I mean? If you touch on any of those subjects, which is like the stuff that are like in my inner demons that I have to deal with every day, right away the boundary is made.
So like an underlying insult.
Yes.
And you feel it as an underlying insult.
Oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It was a horrible combination, because my last boyfriend, I mean, I've been single forever, but my last boyfriend was the biggest narcissist that I've ever met in my life. And the most selfish person I've ever met in my life. So instead of showing instead of showing any compassion or understanding, or like wanting to help, or just like, you know, at least like softening the blow, it was like instantly like, boom, like, you know, you're broke, you're an addict, like, you know, like that type of shit, where it's just like, whoa.
Ew.
And I made a boundary with that situation, but it took longer than I should. Longer than I should, for sure. But that's why I had to dump his ass on April Fool's Day. You know, I had to wait out a couple more weeks. Like, I knew in my head I was going to break up with him. He was like the most worthless piece of shit ever.
Yeah.
The alcoholic that used to piss the bed and shit like that.
Oh God.
I always have to mention that just in case he's listening or watching.
Yeah, like, ew, you're gross.
Yeah, I mean, you're just the
Control yourself.
worthless, piece of shit. But yeah, it took me a little bit longer, and then I had to take care of business. But after that, yeah, I mean, like working on my mental health and working on, just being single and focusing on me and learning how to love me and stuff like that. I think that's like the number one red flag. What about you?
I think for someone to like, I don't really like negativity. Like, yes, it's okay to vent and complain. No one's saying there's nothing wrong with that. But I think when you're very negative and just like the world is annoying you and everything's annoying, and don't get me wrong, there's times things annoy me, but like I let it go, I breathe, I vent about it with someone, but like I just feel like some people will take that vibe and energy and it's like, hold on to it. And for me, I'm a very peaceful person. I'm a very like fun-spirited person. And I also can be the type of person who's like I feel like your vibe. And if you're giving me a cringy vibe and like you can't put some like you know what a red flag is for me? You can't put someone else, like you can't put yourself in other people's shoes, which is an art. It's something to really master, and I've really been making a conscious effort to do so, and I have been.
Right.
And you know what? Sometimes I will be one way, and when I want to stick to my guns, I'm going to stick to my guns. I don't think people should tell you how to live your life. It's your own fucking life.
Right.
Look, if you're like taking pills and like shooting up heroin, like then I'll be like, hey, what the fuck are you doing? Or you're over drinking, or you're like, running down the road naked, which that I might support. But,
Yeah,
there's a line.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Well, listen, I mean,
Comparing.
Yes.
And jealousy.
Because I understand exactly what you mean, because it is an art. It's an art that you either have or you don't. Like, you can have sympathy for somebody and be like, oh my God, I feel so bad about your situation. But empathy is an art.
But would you ever say to someone, oh my God, I hate your life? I would hate to have your life.
No. That's not that's not what sympathy is. Sympathy, like you're actually showing compassion at the same time as being like, oh my God, like I feel so bad for the situation that happened. There's an earthquake in California and mad people die. I'd be like, oh my God, I feel so bad about that situation.
Of course.
Being empathetic, though, not sympathetic. If you're empathetic, then you're actually putting yourself in those people's shoes. Like, oh my God, like what
I'd be crying.
Like right now? And that's definitely what you have, and you do feed off of people's vibes. And I'm the same way, and that's just, I don't know, that's just how it is. If you're not giving me positive vibes, I can sense, I can pick up on people's vibes quickly these days. You know what I mean? I think that's another thing too, just like feeling better about myself, growing as a person, growing as a human being, and just learning more about myself and learning more about the world. It's like right away, if you come at me, you can say a sentence to me, and right away I'm just like, okay, fuck you.
All in that tone, man. All in that tone.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Well,
don't hate people.
Yeah, please don't hate. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the show. That was an amazing show. That was an incredible show. I hope you guys got something out of that. For this beautiful March 26th Friday night. Give it up one time.
Maybe there will be a part 2.
Of course there'll be a part 2. You know why? I talk about so many different things and so many different topics, and we have over 10 episodes, audio episodes, and we talk about it all. And this is Mixture of Variety Podcast, and we truly do talk about anything from mental health and addictions, having sex, gaming, everything in between.
This would be considered
mental health, mindfulness, and random, all combined, whatever it is. But just a topic, because it was an important one. And I know we did do a show, at least one show on audio on Castbox. We did talk about boundaries. I don't remember when, but it was a while ago.
And I think toxic relationships.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. Like, we truly do talk about it all. So stay tuned. Listen to our audio show Monday through Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern. If you can catch us live, it's on the Castbox.fm app. You can catch it on Google Play or the Apple Store. If you can't catch the audio show live, 9 p.m. Eastern, it's all right, because I understand, shit gets in the way, kids, pandemic, work, etc., etc. It's all good.
All the above.
It's all good because we upload every single show to Anchor.fm and distribute it to podcast. You can imagine from Spotify to Apple. You can hear me?
You're alien. You're alien.
All right. Well, that is the show, ladies and gentlemen. And
you will see us on the news this weekend.
You will see us on the news this weekend. Follow us.
Two podcast hosts. Blow up.
Absolutely. Subscribe, like, share. What else? Subscribe, share.
Comments,
yes, all the above. If you like what you see, we're going to be coming at you from a different app. Like, it's going to be banging. I promise it's going to be a great show. Make sure to follow on Instagram @Variety. That's @Variety. On Instagram, also Granny @GrannyDildo. @GrannyDildo. And if you want to be live on Bigo, to download, but Bigo, BIGO, in the mix. Record the podcast usually. He's not with me currently right now on Bigo as well. Any last words, Nikki P?
Set them boundaries and don't look back.
Yes, absolutely. Perfect way to end
and
it.
And have a great weekend.
Yes, indeed. Have a great one. Have a great weekend.
We'll see you Monday
on Castbox. Love you. Deuces. Deuces.
Bye.
Yes, indeed. Patient Zero is officially a host on Bigo. Follow him @IndaMix. That's INDAMIX. Download the app now.